Ooh, good morning. Hello everybody, you guys are here before I am. Beautiful. So today we are going to be doing a little something special. 104 piping tip. And I wanted to try out this design. I'm going to quickly turn the other camera around so I can see what's going on. How do I do this? Beautiful. 104 piping tip that I'm going to be using today, and I want to try to do a ruffled effect, but it's kind of random. That's the kind of thing I want to try out today. It works in my head. I want to see if it works on in real life. So I'm working with a 4-inch cake today and some turquoise buttercream. What I like to do is stick my cake on top with the buttercream. And I also color my frosting with gel food colors. This was turquoise by Americolor. So we're just going to start off by building our cake. I was going to skip this section, but then I'm like, well, maybe people are actually interested in the whole demonstration and not just the piping technique. So I'm going to go ahead and really quickly build this cake up. It's one cake and I've cut it in 3 sections. So it's going to be kind of short but sweet anyway. So just popping on the frosting, and I use a small spatula. Whenever I'm working with a cake that's any smaller than 6 inches, I like to use a very small spatula for it. Gives you a little bit more control, I find. All right, so that is our cake. It's literally just gonna be stuffed there, and what we're gonna do is create a crumb coat. What is different about this crumb coat is that I want it to be super, super thick. The reason being is when we go ahead and pipe our pattern with a 104 tip, I don't want to be able to see through to the cake and see this ugly crumb coat. So I'm going to make it super, super thick, and it just makes it blend a lot better. So basically, we're going to create a final coat without the crumb coat, which is not usually recommended. If you have time, create a crumb coat, pop it into the fridge, and then go on with the final coat. But because I don't want to waste your time today, I am just going to go straight in with a super thick layer of frosting. Just like so. I apologize in advance. My dad is home. I can hear the garage opening. He might have brought a friend. They're usually really noisy, so fingers crossed he left him at home today. Okay. So that is our super thick frosting. Grab a bench scraper. I'm going to use a comb. This comb's got like a straight side on the other end, so it works as a comb and a scraper in one. And these are available on my website, rosiesdessertspot.com, if you'd like to grab a comb. And go around slowly and even out the sides. Bring that lip of frosting to the center. Oops. Just like so. I feel like the microphone's going to get a lot of terrible noise from this, so I'm just going to... All right. From there, you can pop it into the fridge to set completely. I have one that I prepared earlier, so I'm just going to take this and grab the other one. All right, so it's nice and solid. It's been in the fridge for about half an hour. I actually did put it in the freezer beforehand for about 10 minutes. Just want to make sure that everything's working. Beautiful. And now for the fun part. So take a piping bag with a 104 piping tip. I've got some turquoise colored buttercream, same as this one. And you want the larger side of your piping tip to be facing the cake and your skinny side to be facing away from the cake. So make sure that the larger side touches the cake. And then what you want to do is pipe back and forth and just randomly all across the cake. You can go in like a larger swipe side by side or smaller ones, totally up to you. And we're basically creating a random pattern all around the cake. I'm going to work on half the cake first, and then I'll move up to the second half of the cake. Working with less buttercream in your bag at once does make this a lot easier. Less pressure on your hand. Oh, puppy. And so it's literally just really random. There is actually a name for this, and it's usually done with a round piping tip. It's a type of lace design that you do for oil icing. Once I remember / look it up on Google, I will list it in the description box. And notice how you can see through to the cake. That's why we wanted a super thick layer of frosting beforehand. Otherwise you'd see through to like a really messy crummy sort of coat, and you don't want that. Moving to the second half of the cake. And just continuing this pattern all around. Whoopsies. Got a little bit too far from the cake, so that's going to be bulging out. So tip, make sure to always be pressing that larger end of the tip to your cake. Do not lift it off. Okay. Almost reach the top, and once you have reached the top, kind of let it be flush with where it ends, and then you can kind of work on the top to meet it on the side. I'm gonna say that's almost done. I really hope my head's not in the way. Okay. Refill the piping bag as you need. Whenever you refill a piping bag, make sure that you hear that pop before you go in again. Otherwise, you're gonna have that pop on the cake and it's gonna destroy your masterpiece. Okay, so I'm gonna say we are good to go. For the next layer, I'm gonna start in the middle and then work my way out. So you're basically following those steps again, but this time you can turn your turntable and make it a little more fun. I'm actually going to change the camera angle so you guys can see what's going on. So, give me a sec, it's about to get real bumpy. Oh, no I cannot. All right. It's connected to the microphone, which is connected to a second thing. And so it's a little hard to move. Okay, I'm going to say that's pretty okay. If I lift this even more, I can lift the camera. Sorry guys, just stay with me for a sec. Okay, we are all good to go. The reason I started in the center is because you can finish off on the side. It's a lot easier to do that than it is to try to kind of scrape in the middle, and then you end up touching all the other ones that you've previously piped, because it's a very tight squeeze. So working from the center out is much easier. Refill one more time, and I think this baby's almost done. Again, we want to hear that pop. And work randomly again. So the skinny side is facing up, the fat side is always touching the cake. As I'm getting out to the side, I might want to angle it slightly in, just to blend it a little bit so you don't have all these crazy directions. So I might just go a little randomly around here. And then connect it again. Oop. Ah, I don't like that one there. It's like a petal. Nope. Going over it. Perfect. And there you have it. She is super messy, but super cute, right? I really like it actually. I wasn't sure if it was going to pan out, but it panned out just as I had expected. Woohoo! I hope you guys like that little mini tutorial slash live stream. I'm going to come around now to the phone and see if you guys have any questions. Thank you, Baruch Baker. She's so pretty. Byron. Rosie's that spot. Rosie, when are you making your Cinderella 1950s cake? That one does take a bit of time, so it's still in the works. Don't worry, it'll come eventually. It'll likely be a simple rose cake. Thanks guys, I'm glad you like it. Beautiful. Cornelli Race. Sorry, I got a little bit too excited. Cornelli Lace by Johanna Isais. Thank you, that's what it's called. All right, looks like everyone's all good, no questions. Thank you so much for being here with me today, and I will catch you tomorrow. There's actually a tutorial coming out tomorrow. It's a really cool purple cake, so I hope you like it. Have a great day, guys. I will catch you soon. Ciao, ciao.